Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the SauraPODcast. I am your host, Zach Reed, and also the host of the show, Thesaurus, and I am here with...
I'm Deborah Hawk.
And this is the second episode of the Ancient Earth Watchalong that we did, where we cover the Ordovician of the Ancient Earth series, where they cover the mass extinction events that have happened in the paleontological record. If you want to, please make sure you go back and listen to our episode on the Devonian, as well as our future episodes on the Permian, the Triassic, and the Cretaceous extinction events. Alright, and with that said, we are going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's been some 450 million years since these hardy creatures, horseshoe crabs,
Kabuto. But no Kabutops.
though they have barely changed in that time. The world around them.
These are some fancy graphics.
Yeah, it's better than the PS2 graphics we started with in the last episode.
Just wait. I don't think it really gets better.
The vast majority of
I mean,
life
they had Dunkleostes with, like, no jaw motion. It was just...
It didn't get better.
death and life reborn.
It's not terrible. There's
Yeah.
Dunkleostes again. Ancient Oceans. Still technically part of the Ancient Earth.
Horseshoe crabs aren't actually crabs. And you'll see they're much more
Floating like a saucer.
These things are called living fossils, and they've been around for tens and hundreds of millions of years. I think they did so.
Horseshoe crabs, coelacanths, pill bugs,
Specific way of making a living. They were very
great-grandmothers in the South. Things that have existed since the dawn of time. Oh no, there's horseshoe crab just flipped over.
when their spidery ancestors, during what we now call the Ordovician period, became the first life forms to try to wriggle their way onto land. For the almost 4 billion years, life was evolving on planet Earth up to this point. Land had been nothing more than a barren wasteland.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
All the continents
It took a long time before anything could develop. I still remember in Walking with Prehistoric Life, it was like apparently this like mad dash where Eurypterids just roamed the coast.
some lichen, some fungus, bacteria, and no plants. No real terrestrial ecosystem.
Nothing really was able to set their roots in yet. I am being glared at by my partner for that pun.
you'll find a very different world.
All the corals.
Been on the planet probably as much as 4 billion
Look at
years.
the snails!
Almost all life was still in the sea. Life started in the sea, and it's still very abundant in the sea.
And some sponges.
We have nautiloids.
At the dawn of the Ordovician, most of the planet
I don't think they're technically nautilids.
No?
chunks that will eventually become
Nautilids coil.
South America
Would you just say they were squids then, or?
are beginning a slow drift south.
Yeah, there's a certain name just
Future
spiking,
North America
spacing right now.
Just cephalopods?
Yeah.
But the vast majority
Good
of
lord.
surrounding places are submerged.
Earth is dry as a mother.
Sea levels are 2,000 feet higher than we're used to.
Give global warming some time, Earth might have the sea level the same level.
In the Ordovician sea, the things that were swimming would be things that you would recognize as relatives of squids and octopuses. It's like life is blue.
I don't think the fish with the eyes on the
The
top of their
googly
head.
eyes, yeah. Those and Walking with Beasts, those are the ones that shuffle on the ground. They have like apparently had like these sensors in their skull, so they just like shuffle their heads and filter feed off of the bottom.
Like trilobites, like little pill bugs. They have eyes, they have legs, they have segmented body parts.
So is that how like certain people operate when I watch them and they're walking and they're like shaking their head back and forth like angry cockatiels or
Are they
something?
sensing for danger?
Yeah, I would assume. crinoids.
We still have those today.
We do.
And they actually can swim. We normally see them...
Some types.
Yeah, they don't swim all the time, but they can.
They'll, like, break off and then it'll be like...
Yeah.
That's why they're, like, sea lilies.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not actually plants. They're actual living organisms.
Yep.
Not saying plants aren't living organisms, but they're not sedentary.
Well, yeah, they're classified as an animal, not a plant.
Right.
Hello, googly eyes.
Early
I thought another living fossil lampreys have, like, not changed.
That's true. Ancient life. How do we start this all off? What if we just had the googliest of eyes?
Yeah.
Between this, Dunkleostes, Anomalocaris. Oh, what's the one with like 8 eyes?
That's the Anomalocaris.
No, not on. No, it's like got one set of clustered eyes and like.
Oh, I don't know.
252 million years has it as like one of
I thought it
their.
was Anomalocaris.
No, Anomalocaris has like. It has faceted eyes.
This state is ideal for many species, but after 50 million years in the Ordovician, the natives...
Now I need to figure that out while this goes on.
The spores of water plants drift inland and take root for the first time. Creatures like our horseshoe crab's ancestors creep up on shore to reproduce.
Horseshoe crabs, originally known as
First, the plants have to
horseshoe crocs.
so there's something for animals to eat. And the first animals that colonized the land were insects. They already had legs. They walked on the ocean bottom. They breathed air through their spiracles, through their skin. And so they could very easily or readily adapt from being marine organisms to being non-marine organisms.
The Ordovician is set to host the most amazing revolution, the rise of life on land. But it's too late. Something is about to stop life in its tracks.
Dun, dun, dun.
They were called the. Oh, what were the villains of and the Eternals?
You're the comic book person.
Oh, I can't remember.
Your joke doesn't quite work when you don't remember the punchline.
I know. Shush.
When there's glaciation, a lot of water gets drawn out of the ocean into the atmosphere, generates the snow, forms as ice, and as the ice grows, the sea level goes down. If you drop sea level off the edge of the continental shelf, you decrease the area.
I was too
where
fixated on.
and you can get extinct. That's one possible scenario.
I thought you were looking up the 252 thing.
Opabenia is what I was looking at.
Gesundheit.
Decay.
No, okay. Gesundheit.
That was the weird eye thing. Because my whole point was, as invertebrates developed, they were just like, let's throw a D20 out there for how many eyes we get. Except the Tully monster. It was like, let's just throw 3 different D20s to see what weird abomination I can... Oh, we have a T-bar eye, and then we have a weird claw mouth.
Recent research shows that the seas started running out of trace elements like zinc, magnesium, and selenium long before the end. Whatever the cause or causes, our trusty horseshoe crab somehow managed to survive.
It's always something interesting that I always am curious about why certain species survive. Different types...
Extinction on land is kind of a moot point because there was nothing there to kill.
Different types show, like, why survivability. Like, mass extinction, like in the Cretaceous. It was a global catastrophe that benefited small-bodied animals due to, like, the amount of food present, areas to inhabit, etc. But certain events, it's very curious how things like horseshoe crabs were survived while other invertebrates just were snuffed out.
Yeah.
There's always winners in the lottery of extinction. And whatever those survivors are, that's when the next radiation happens. That's when the next evolutionary burst happens. So,
I mean, we still see that in evolutionary chains today when certain niches collapse and animals are whittled out of the food chain, whether or not intended or not. When something else that wasn't naturally in that niche happens to fill that gap, they explode oftentimes.
New life forms would explode to fill the voids. With a fresh, clean slate,
See, I know my SciComm terminology. You use the words like explode.
Were we supposed to watch this before the Devonian?
No, this was...
I think the Ordovician comes before the Devonian.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, the order of the show doesn't...
Well, the order of the show is not in geological order.
No. Oh yeah, the Ordovician does come before, I think.
Anyway, you can watch these in whatever order you want to. Or
Yes.
listen to them.
Clearly, we have watched them in the incorrect order. This will be our episode 2. But please, feel free to watch along with us as we go through the Permian, Triassic, and Cretaceous, which I do know are in the correct order. And with that, thank you guys for watching with us. This has been Zach Reed with the SauraPODcast and my co-host.
This has been Deborah Hawk.
And with that, we are history.